Anointed Carol,
I can't say we understand. We forgive you.
You know, yes, we give.
We forgive you. Forgiveness is part, of the Christian's creed. So it's afforded unto you at this point in time. Of course, the man professor, Noeli Professor himself is in the building.
Yeah.
And he will take us through the next couple of hours. My name happens to be Allan the Entertainer.
With 2 L's.
With 2 L's, Tiffany. Yeah?
Yes.
I know when Tiffany comes here, she's had a laugh, she got, so this is where we land. Let's play. My name is Allan the Entertainer, and of course, saying in the good times, remember God, in the bad times, seek God. But at all times, my dear friends, thank God, thank you, DJ Mickey.
And thank you, Allan. Of course, it's been a pleasure. Guys, here's hoping that the music played was able to minister to you and, of course, put a beautiful smile on your face. I'm going to be back tomorrow for Total Local Tuesday. Going to leave you with this song. Totally loving this jam from the lady Nigella. We've got your Tokyo Rush, your Tokyo Sport Rush coming up next. And then Noel the Professor Richard steps in, taking you straight till 9. DJ Patrick takes over from 9. All right, keep it locked on. Isaac, your nation's #1 gospel family station.
You're Lord above all. Jehovah, you're my daddy. Never let me fall. When I think of your goodness, when I think of your favor over me, I cannot help but to praise you. What I hunger for more and more of
5 Woodford Street, Newtown, Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago. This is your Sports Rush on Isaac 98.1 FM.
Brought to you by Voodoo's Electrical Enterprises, where quality comes first. Located at Dow Junction, South Orpooch and Southern Main Road, Chase Village.
Welcome to Tokyo Rush here on Isaac 98.1 FM. We are live in studio. We're also live on FBN's Facebook and YouTube channel. Oh, we look good, don't we?
Yeah.
Allan, Augustine.
Yep.
We look pretty good. So we're keeping you abreast with what's going on vis-a-vis the Olympics 2020 in 2021. On the line, we actually have Brian Lewis, TTOC president, and he is in Tokyo. We woke him up this morning, or at least I think so. It's about 7, just after 7 a.m. in Tokyo, Japan. I'm hoping that Brian Lewis could hear me. Let's try this. Brian Lewis, konnichiwa.
That's now I see him step away from the, and he's coming back in.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian Lewis, konnichiwa.
Now, folks.
Yeah. Why am I speaking Japanese? Why am I speaking Japanese to him? Is he back there with us?
Yeah, he's back with us. He
Brian,
just left.
Yeah. Brian, are you hearing me?
Talk, Brian.
He doesn't seem to be hearing.
Yeah, just now because we.
Let's see if we could sort that out.
Yeah. That's a slight.
We could talk a bit about cricket before we start. West Indies bowled out for 152 today, opting to bat in the third one-day international against Australia in Kensington Oval, Barbados. Evan Lewis top scored with 52, but it was an otherwise pathetic display with a bat for the West Indies. Do I have Brian Lewis now?
That's it.
No?
You're hearing him.
I'm hearing, but he's not hearing me.
Yeah.
It sounds like one of those.
I think he is now.
You're hearing me now, Brian?
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
Very good. So I'm just saying to you, konnichiwa. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Very good. Could you bring us up to date with what's going on with our athletes in Japan, Tokyo? Yesterday, not the best day for us. Could you put it into context?
Well, it's the best day because the athletes who competed so far, they were able to compete COVID-free. This is one of the first objectives. And, they all competed hard as they could given the circumstances. Those who competition has ended, like Tennille Campbell and the Aaron Prince, will be flying out of Tokyo with a negative PCR test today. So that's in this COVID-19 global pandemic Olympic Games. The priorities change. It's about safety, health, and
correct.
Being COVID-19 free.
Yeah. Tell me a bit about Tennille Campbell yesterday in the road race. She started off well, and she had some challenges with cramp. Could you enlighten us?
Well, Tennille Campbell was awesome and incredible. In the context of what Tennille Campbell at the age of 23, first off, a historic first ever female cyclist to qualify for an Olympic Games from Trinidad and Tobago in the road event. So that's first ever. And anytime you're a pioneer, it's you're a pioneer. Once you have an appreciation of the road cycling, it's tough. Usually, most of the other countries and cyclists would have 2, 3, or even 4 other cyclists qualified to help who you may have as your main cyclist. So to have to compete by yourself against these experienced, hardened road cyclists from some of the best road cycling countries in the world, you know, she fought as hard as she could by herself. It was hot and humid, 34 degrees at some point, but that's it for everyone.
Wow.
But what she really attempted to do, and as she admitted, she panicked a bit, and that comes down to inexperience.
Right.
And her legs blew up. Anybody who would have participated in sport, whether run a marathon or any sport, you understand the concept of your legs exploding. It means that your legs literally lock up and seize on you. You'd have no more. Your mind could want to go as much as you could.
Wow.
But when that lactic acid and everything and that energy system in your leg shut down, that's just it.
Tell me.
You don't even feel the effort to walk.
Wow.
An inch.
Wow.
Is almost near impossible. So
tell me a bit about
Neil Campbell really was awesome.
Tell me a bit about Aaron Prince. His fight earlier today. It was yesterday rather. Oh yes, yesterday your time.
He lost in 3 rounds, and as Aaron said, "Oh, that fella brought the kitchen sink." So, you know, he said it was the guy really was hitting with some heft, because he got knocked down in the first round, but he got up and dug deep.
Yes, he did.
Because he made up his mind he wasn't going out with the red, black, and white on him. That's
pretty good. That's encouraging. Yes.
You know, he had to get up and weather the storm. So he did the best that he could.
Let's touch quickly on before we look forward to today. Let's touch a bit on Andrew Lewis. A couple of races on Monday.
Well, Andrew has 10 races, so the first 2 is what it is. He still has some time to come back. So Andrew is in it for the long haul. He has 10 events. The rower, Aisha Chow, she's not in the phase that competing for the top prizes, but last time out in Rio she finished at 22nd, so she's hoping to be able to better that.
And to get to the quarterfinal is something really, really monumental.
Yeah, well, as she said, you know, that at 44, she has given it her all in terms of how much she could give left.
Right.
How much she had left to give. So she gave it the absolute all, both in Rio and at the age of 44, when most 44-year-olds will be finding something less strenuous to do.
Yes, for sure.
Doing at the Olympic level.
Give us an appreciation, sir, about the heat in Tokyo and the conditions that these athletes have to deal with.
Talk about it now.
Yeah.
Don't talk about it, man. It's hot and humid. July and August is the hottest time in Japan. The last time they had the Olympic Games in 1964, they had it in October. I was one of those who, when they were talking about the postponement for the first time ever, I mentioned that maybe they may want to consider April or October because of athlete welfare, but that was shut down because that's the time and the window when NBC and the US market, where all the Danzai comes from, that's when the Olympic Games will get the highest viewership. It doesn't have to compete with NBA, NFL, etc. So it's what it is. The athletes have to stuff out there. And then today there is this is besides the COVID-19, but then today I think they have a tropical storm that not expected to hit landfall in a typhoon strength, but they have made some adjustment to some of the water sports. So it's really challenging out here, but at the end of the day, that's what you signed up for.
Speaking about challenges, Mr. Lewis.
Competing at the when they compete at the highest level. Yeah?
Speaking about challenges, what about the experience of, again, being in the bubble of Tokyo? Because there's a space where all the athletes have to stay. Do we have any issues with commingling, athletes leaving one camp, getting into the next, any kind of scenarios like that?
It's very challenging. I mean, you can't expect a zero infection rate here. It's impossible. But they're testing daily everything. So any positives that come up, you go through about 3 tests, and when they confirm that, they isolate you away from everything. There's a facility where you go, and they constantly test you and monitor you. And if your condition will worsen, there's a medical facility you'll go to. But that's why they have emphasized the vaccination. Vaccine is, the science have shown, a key aspect of this battle against COVID-19. So they targeted, although it wasn't mandatory and requirement, 80-something%. We, as a Trinidad and Tobago Olympic Committee for Team TTO, we targeted 100%. We didn't quite get there. We have 2 athletes not vaccinated at all out of the 60 delegation, and we have 7 partially vaccinated. So that's 7 and 2, 9. So you have about 50 plus fully vaccinated.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're doing our best, but as I said, the expectation is that you will get infection, but hopefully the vaccination and the strict COVID countermeasures will mitigate any risk of a cluster or an outbreak.
Yeah. Two more questions I have to before you go, because I know you're pretty busy. Number one, what are we looking forward to today? And secondly, what is the mood like in the TNT camp, Team TTO?
Well, in terms of today, I think that, as I said, I think that they may have an adjustment with sailing and rowing. We'll get confirmation about that a little later. It's still pretty early here. Dylan Carter is supposed to hit the pool in his pet event, the 100-meter
freestyle.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what is on the table for today. In terms of the mood, you just have to cope. You have to dig deep. You have to, at this level, it's just like any of you there going to the studio. You're going to meet a traffic jam. You're going to meet weather, all sorts of things. You have to kind of zone it out and focus on what's before you. So it's really about self-discipline and personal responsibility, trusting in God, and doing your best and leaving the rest to God, and walking by faith.
By faith and not by sight. For we walk by faith, not by sight. Yes.
Take your eyes off the hills and focus on all the negativity around you.
Yes, for sure. Well, Mr. Lewis, we'll hold you no longer. I know you have a meeting you have to run back to. Thank you so much for chatting with us at Isaac 98.1 FM, and we look forward to chatting with you again in the future. All the best to Team TTO, and you stay in good health.
Thank you very much, and good evening to you all there and all your listeners. Stay safe, stay healthy.
All right, bless you. Sayonara. Yes, indeed. So we got a big one today, and we want to do this throughout the entire Tokyo Rush, God willing, to get sights and songs from Tokyo, not just bringing something from BBC or something that we heard, but getting something from the horse's mouth. I'm looking forward to seeing Dylan Carter today in the 100 freestyle, because that's his pet event. So we expect him to do his best in that, in the sense of possibly getting into the final. I think that will be a goal, Allan, to get for Dylan Carter to get into the final.
Yeah.
I
guess, and that's, like I said, it's good to hear Brian Lewis saying one of the most important factors is surviving COVID.
Yes.
In this, is a pandemic, and I mean, so whatever our athletes could accomplish, to me, is also the icing on the cake.
Yeah, it is. It is
the icing on the cake.
No, I was disappointed yesterday when I heard about Tennille Campbell and her challenge with the cramp, because I was listening to the coach the night before, Saturday evening, and he was talking about the feeding stations. Now, when you're doing your road race, you have stops where you can drink water, you get your fluid back, and he was talking about the importance of the first feeding station for her. And I said, oh my goodness, this is important. And we all understand that all the athletes, they have to go through the same heat, but again, people respond differently to sweltering heat, And don't compare Trini heat to Japan heat. It sounds as if it's totally different.
And trust me, again, as well,
Yes.
it's an experience, I believe,
Yes.
that she will not
She will not forget, yes.
and she can learn and grow from, because
come
now
back, yes.
you had put her body under enough rigorous training now, so that the next time around,
That's not going to happen.
that's not going to catch you.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that's what we're going to, extend to Tennille at this point in time. That kind of encouragement. Don't give up. Put this under your belt. It's a learning. It's a stepping stone. You have accomplished something no one else did for TNT on such a circuit. And we thank you for your service.
Yeah, and also Aaron Prince, getting up after being knocked down and going again, losing the fight, but again being an
Standing,
Olympian
yeah.
and doing what you have to do at the
Standing,
end.
right.
So they're leaving Tokyo soon. As we get through the week, reminding you, track and field starts Thursday night into Friday morning our time. So that's our main thing, track and field. Also, Nicholas Paul should be riding later on this week also. So we look forward to that. And this evening into tomorrow, we really send up our prayers and support to Dylan Carter, Commonwealth silver medalist, and he's looking to do very, very well in Tokyo, Japan, in the 100-meter freestyle. So we look forward to that. Stay locked on to Isaac 98.1 FM. We'll be back with you. Well, I'll be back with you in the morning at 10 and 3. And Wednesday we'll have Tokyo Rush in the afternoon. Friday you get a half an hour. You know how we do it. And if anything breaks, don't be surprised if you see us again.
We're rushing in here. We're rushing to make sure I deliver the news.
Yeah.
Listen, Kern, you're looking good on the people on
I look
social
good.
media.
I look good.
You know.
This is pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that.
If it's sitting around here, boy,
Noel Richards, are you hearing me there?
you need to come online and check it out.
I am hearing you loud and clear, Kern Tyson.
Are we out of time yet?
It's 6:16.
It's 6:16.
I just want to encourage people when you hear Kern coming on the FBN TV for YouTube and Facebook, jump on and see the good, see how we looking and share it to friends.
One thing I want to say before we leave, Noel, just grant me
nice.
grant me 90 seconds. You know, the Olympics is not about just gold, silver, bronze, but the spirit of the games and people fighting up against all odds. There's a lady from Uzbekistan. I'm not sure if you all know the story. She is in her, I don't want to lie, her 8th Olympics is 9, 2, 9, 2, 4, 8, 12, 6. Yeah, she represented Uzbekistan in her 8th Olympics yesterday at gymnastics. She's 46 years old. Didn't get to the final, but performed admirably and really got the applause of all the athletes. Imagine 46, you're on your 8th Olympics,
The kind of
doing
stories,
gymnastics. Not I mean,
the kind of stories that the
Yeah.
Olympics are made of.
yes, so it's not just about gold, silver, bronze, although we hold our athletes to the highest of standards.
Yeah.
But the spirit of the games is really about also pushing on and fighting on and trying. And for someone to be 46 years old in their 8th Olympics, that's 1992 when I was 14. So she did very, very well. So congratulations to her. I think that's where we're going to wrap up. Noel, thank you for 2 extra minutes. Thank you for your time. It's Tokyo Rush here, brought to you by Boodoo's Electrical Enterprises, where quality comes first.
Get set.
Gatlin's in front, Bolt stretching out now. He's coming after him. He's a
Tokyo 2020.
In the year 2021,
Join sports analyst Kern Clint Tyson and team.
Tokyo Olympic coverage at its best. It's the Tokyo Rush.
And it's happening right here on Isaac 98.1 FM.
July 23rd to August 8th.
We take you to Tokyo.
Olympic highlight, robust discussion.
Coverage on our Isaac Facebook page and YouTube FBN TV.
The Tokyo Rush on Isaac 98.1 FM.
We have witnessed an event that they will talk about for as long as they play sport on this planet of ours.
Sponsored by Boodoo's Electrical Enterprises.
Boodoo's for all your electrical needs before foundation to finish.
What do you mean by before foundation?
How you think the contractor will operate the chop saw without electricity? They have LED light posts and temporary panels so they turn in night and day. Work could happen 24/7. The house will finish in a jiffy.
But Boodoo's not easy.
And they also have the best quality with the best prices. LED bulbs 3-year warranty. Lighting fixtures 5-year warranty. For quality, quantity, and the longest warranty, check out Boodoo's. Chase Village, Marabella, Davie, and Dow Village. And you could... Hey, where you going?
I'm going to tell my husband about Boodoo's.
Boodoo's.
It's not all about you. It's all about God.